Welcome, miladies of inestimable value. They say the most powerful people are the ones who keep their greatest gifts hidden, and no one does this better than the Sigma female. While the world clamors for attention and validation, she's quietly stacking up skills and secrets like a chess master waiting for the final checkmate. Studies show that those who keep certain talents concealed tend to have a psychological edge over others, and this couldn't be more true for the Sigma female. She possesses abilities that others might dream of. Courage, resilience, and a mind that could practically solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded, but she'd rather keep them in her back pocket than flash them around. She's got a bag of gifts that would make most people question if she's a little too good to be true, but she's not interested in proving herself. So why does she hide her power? Maybe because, unlike most, she doesn't need applause to validate her strength. Or maybe, just maybe, she's figured out that the most potent gifts are the ones no one ever sees coming. Number 1. The courage to question everything. The courage to question everything isn't a trait most people understand, and that's because true questioning takes a level of bravery that shakes foundations. For a Sigma female, it's not enough to accept things at face value, to nod along with the accepted beliefs and neatly packaged ideas society offers. Instead, she dives deep. Not to rebel for the sake of rebellion, but because she genuinely needs to understand. She questions the world around her with a relentless intensity, breaking down assumptions and exposing the gaps between what people say and what's actually true. This courage goes beyond the intellectual, it's deeply personal. She questions the roles she's supposed to play, the relationships she's told to pursue, even the rules that seem set in stone. It's an unflinching gaze at herself and her world, a willingness to step into uncomfortable territory where easy answers don't exist. To question everything means she sometimes finds herself standing alone, because most people don't want to look too closely at things that challenge their comfort zones. But for her, this process is necessary, almost like breathing. She's willing to lose connections, risk her reputation, and even dismantle parts of herself if that's what it takes to uncover what's real. This courage creates a kind of independence that's hard to shake. She's not easily swayed by trends, labels, or the opinions of others because she's gone through the process of challenging them and seeing what survives. This makes her both formidable and a bit mysterious, as if she has access to some level of truth others either can't see or don't want to face. Her courage to question everything isn't about being difficult or contrarian. It's about living a life that's rooted in reality, no matter how unsettling that might be. Number 2. The power to disappear and reemerge stronger. The power to disappear and reemerge stronger is one of the Sigma female's most profound abilities, one that sets her apart in a world that values constant visibility. When life becomes overwhelming or circumstances turn toxic, she has no problem stepping back and withdrawing into her own world. This isn't a retreat out of fear or defeat, but a strategic move to regain her strength, to reflect, and to let herself recalibrate. She understands that true growth often happens in silence, away from the distractions, opinions, and chaos of the outside world. In her moments of solitude, she transforms. She evaluates what's draining her energy, assesses who or what has been pulling her off course, and strips away everything that doesn't align with her core. This period of disappearing is a kind of renewal, where she rebuilds herself from the inside out, emerging with a sharper sense of purpose, a clearer vision, and an unshakable confidence. It's almost as if she sheds her old skin, leaving behind the parts of herself that no longer serve her, and stepping forward as someone entirely new. When she reemerges, she often surprises those around her. People expect her to come back the same, but she never does. She returns stronger, with a resilience that seems almost unbreakable, a presence that commands respect, and an aura that tells the world she's ready for whatever comes next. Her ability to step away, grow, and come back even more powerful confuses and intimidates those who rely on constant attention or validation. They may never understand how she becomes stronger in her quiet moments, but that's exactly where her power lies, in the ability to disconnect, to evolve away from prying eyes, and to return when she's ready, no sooner, no later, but exactly on her terms. Number 3. The gift of being an enigma. The gift of being an enigma is a rare and powerful trait that defines the Sigma female. She moves through life with a level of mystery that few can penetrate, and she does this not through calculated deception but by being unapologetically selective about what she shares. People around her often find themselves trying to piece together who she really is, only to realize that every layer they uncover only hints at something deeper. She gives just enough to satisfy curiosity, but never so much that anyone truly understands her completely. This mystery she holds isn't a facade or a tactic, it's a reflection of her self-possession and inner depth. While many people feel the need to explain themselves, reveal every thought, and make their lives an open book, she resists that impulse. She doesn't lay her cards on the table for anyone to see. Instead, she shows only what she chooses, what aligns with her goals, and what resonates with her values. This selective sharing builds an aura of intrigue around her, creating an unspoken boundary that few dare to cross. Her enigmatic nature draws people in, yet keeps them at a distance, leaving them curious and often captivated. They sense that she has a complex inner world, but they also understand that access is not freely given. It's earned. Those who try to unravel her find themselves constantly coming up short, left with more questions than answers. And while this can be frustrating to others, for her, it's a source of strength. Being an enigma allows her to navigate the world on her own terms, unburdened by others' expectations or judgments. She's not hiding. She's protecting the depth of her character and guarding the essence of who she is, keeping her life her own in a world that demands transparency. Number 4. An alchemical mindset, turning chaos into order. The Sigma. Female possesses an alchemical mindset, a rare ability to turn chaos into order. Where others see confusion, she sees raw potential. She's able to navigate through disarray, conflict, and setbacks without being overwhelmed, somehow finding clarity in the middle of what looks like pure disorder. To her, chaos isn't an obstacle, but an invitation to create something new, to extract value and purpose from what others would consider hopeless or too complicated to solve. This isn't just a knack for staying calm under pressure. It's a deeply ingrained approach to life that sets her apart. When things spiral out of control, she doesn't panic or scramble for quick fixes. Instead, she steps back and assesses, almost instinctively recognizing the patterns within the disorder. She deconstructs the mess before her, discerning what needs to be discarded and what can be reshaped. Through this methodical process, she finds ways to structure the unstructured, transforming what seemed chaotic into something meaningful. This alchemical ability is as much mental as it is emotional. She's equipped with the resilience to endure turbulent times without losing her focus, the patience to take her time rather than force things, and the insight to see beyond the surface of any situation. It's as if she's wired to turn adversity into growth, setbacks into stepping stones, and confusion into insight. She emerges from these situations with solutions and a renewed perspective, often seeing opportunities where others only see dead ends. People around her may not understand how she's able to stay composed and even thrive in chaotic environments, but it's because she views these moments as catalysts. She doesn't see chaos as something to escape from, but as something to transform, using her unique mindset to bring structure, purpose, and strength to situations that most would abandon. This is her alchemy, an inner skill that allows her to take life's most challenging moments and turn them into her greatest assets. Number 5. Silent empathy. Silent empathy is one of the Sigma female's most remarkable gifts, a type of understanding that doesn't need loud declarations or constant validation. She has a way of reading people without words, picking up on moods, and sensing what's going on beneath the surface. She doesn't need anyone to spell out how they feel because she's already caught on. It's like she's got a built-in emotional radar, one that can sense a shift in energy or a hint of sadness without the usual clues. And unlike those who broadcast their sympathy for all to see, she keeps hers subtle, almost invisible, but deeply felt. This silent empathy makes her both comforting and slightly intimidating. People feel understood in her presence, even when she hasn't said a word. She doesn't bombard them with endless, "Are you okay?" or hover over them like a concerned parent. Instead, she offers support without invading their space. She might sit with them quietly or drop a small gesture of kindness that speaks louder than any grand display could. Her empathy is more action than words, a quiet reassurance that lets people feel seen without feeling exposed. Her approach can be disarming, though. Some people aren't sure what to make of it because she's not the type to gush or overwhelm them with emotional support. She'll notice your bad day, but she won't dive into a "how are you feeling" therapy session unless she's sure you need it. And when she does show her care, it's usually in a way that's so subtle you might not even realize she's doing it. But that's her style: quiet, understated, yet incredibly profound. Her silent empathy wraps around people like a soft blanket, offering warmth without making a big scene about it. And for those lucky enough to experience it, her silent empathy becomes a source of strength, comfort, and a reminder that sometimes the best kind of understanding is the one that doesn't need to be spoken aloud. Number 6. A hidden sense of humor that cuts deep. A sigma. Females' hidden sense of humor is something you don't see coming, and that's exactly what makes it so effective. She's not one to crack jokes every 5 minutes or put on a performance to make people laugh. Instead, her humor sneaks in quietly, with timing so precise that it catches everyone off guard. It's sharp, clever, and often cuts straight to the heart of the matter without making a big show of it. Her wit comes out when least expected, often in the form of a single comment that leaves everyone chuckling or stunned. She has a way of observing the absurdities of life and pointing them out in a way that feels both funny and oddly wise. She'll notice the tiniest details others overlook and throw in a remark that somehow manages to capture the whole situation. Her humor isn't for everyone, though. It's not the obvious slapstick kind, but the type that makes you think for a second, and then suddenly it hits you how hilariously true it is. Those who get her humor appreciate it on a deeper level, but for others, it might fly right over their heads, which, if anything, makes her laugh even more. Her humor is also disarmingly honest. She's not afraid to call things out as they are, even if it's not what people want to hear. But she delivers it with such dry wit that people often don't realize the truth bomb she's just dropped until they're laughing. And because she's not looking for attention or approval, her humor feels refreshingly authentic, free of the need to please or entertain. It's like an inside joke with herself, shared only when she feels like letting others in on it. This hidden humor is her way of adding a little levity to life's complexities, cutting through the nonsense with a subtle, razor-sharp edge that only a few truly understand and appreciate. Number 7. Resilience that feels like magic. A sigma. Females' resilience is almost like a superpower. It's that unbreakable strength she carries within, the kind that leaves people wondering how she keeps going when others would have crumbled. Life throws everything at her: setbacks, disappointments, betrayals, and yet she manages to stay standing, often with a quiet confidence that suggests she's already moved on to the next challenge. She's like that indestructible plant you find growing in a crack of concrete, thriving in places where it seems impossible. Her resilience isn't loud or dramatic, but it's there, and it's fierce. What sets her apart is that she doesn't waste time feeling sorry for herself or dwelling on what went wrong. She acknowledges her pain, yes, but she doesn't let it define her. Instead, she finds ways to learn from it, turning every tough experience into fuel for her growth. It's as if life's difficulties only sharpen her resolve, making her tougher each time she overcomes them. She's mastered the art of taking life's punches with a sort of quiet grace that makes people wonder if she's even affected by it all. Spoiler: she definitely feels it, but she chooses not to let it consume her. And here's the part that confuses people the most. She doesn't talk about it. She's not out there advertising her struggles or looking for sympathy. She'll face something that would shake anyone to their core, and then go about her day like nothing happened. Her resilience has become such a natural part of her that she treats it like an everyday skill, not something that needs recognition. She knows life will keep testing her, and she's ready for it. For her, resilience is a muscle she's trained, and while others might still be working on picking themselves up, she's already miles ahead, walking forward with that unbreakable spirit intact. Number 8. An unbreakable inner code, a sigma. Female has an unbreakable inner code, a set of values and principles that guide her life, and she sticks to it no matter what. She's the type who doesn't bend for trends, peer pressure, or the need to please others. This inner code isn't about rules handed down from anyone else. It's something she's carefully built over time, shaped by her experiences, beliefs, and a clear understanding of who she is. She knows what she stands for, and nothing is going to shake her from it. This unwavering commitment to her own values sometimes throws people off. She doesn't change her stance just because it would be easier or more convenient. If she believes in something, she'll stick with it even when it's not the popular choice. Others might call her stubborn, but she sees it as integrity. She's not one to go along with the crowd or compromise on something just to make life simpler. If someone doesn't like her way of doing things, that's their problem, not hers. She's not here to perform for anyone. Her inner code also makes her a mystery to those who don't understand her. People might see her quiet confidence and think she's inflexible or even a bit distant, but in reality, she just knows what she values. She doesn't feel the need to explain herself or make her choices palatable for everyone. This strong sense of self lets her move through life with a kind of freedom most people can only envy. She doesn't worry about fitting in or seeking approval. She's perfectly content living according to her own rules. It might not make her the easiest person to understand, but it does make her one of the most authentic. And that's something she wouldn't trade for the world. Number 9. Perception beyond the obvious. A Sigma female possesses a perception that goes well beyond the obvious, making her something of an emotional detective. While others are content with surface-level observations, she dives deep into the undercurrents of situations, picking up on nuances and subtleties that most people overlook. It's almost like she has a sixth sense for reading the room, and she's not just relying on body language or tone. She's tuned into the emotional frequencies that others miss. She can tell when someone's smiling out of joy or just putting on a brave face, and trust me, she'll spot that fake laugh from a mile away. This keen perception means she's not easily fooled. While her friends might be taken in by charm or charisma, she's the one sitting back, sipping her drink and quietly assessing the situation. She's the kind of person who can sense when someone is being disingenuous or when there's more to a story than what's being told. Because of this, she often finds herself in the role of confidant, as people feel drawn to her ability to understand their deeper struggles without them having to explain everything in detail. It's a gift, but it can also be a burden. Knowing so much about others' feelings can be overwhelming, and sometimes she wishes she could just turn it off like a TV, especially during family gatherings where everyone's putting on their best faces. But instead of shying away, she embraces her ability. It allows her to forge deeper connections, offer support when it's needed, and navigate complex social dynamics with ease. Her friends often joke that she should open a psychic hotline, given how well she can read people. While she might laugh along, she knows that her true power lies not in fortune-telling, but in her genuine ability to connect with others in a world that often values superficiality over sincerity. Number 10. Master of quiet confidence. A Sigma. Female is often a master of quiet leadership, wielding influence not through loud proclamations or flashy displays, but through a deep, unassuming strength that commands respect. She leads by example, showing others the way without ever needing to step into the spotlight. When she walks into a room, you might not even notice at first, but there's an undeniable shift in the atmosphere. People gravitate toward her, drawn by her calm confidence and unwavering integrity. She has that rare ability to inspire without making a fuss about it. Her leadership style is more about guiding than directing. Instead of barking orders or engaging in power plays, she encourages collaboration, letting people feel valued and heard. She's the one who listens to ideas, considers all perspectives, and fosters an environment where creativity can flourish. It's not about her ego, it's about the collective success of the group. You could say she's like the quiet conductor of an orchestra, ensuring every instrument plays in harmony without stealing the show. This approach can sometimes catch people off guard. They expect leaders to be loud and flashy, but she demonstrates that strength can be quiet too. Her insights often come wrapped in humility, making her suggestions feel like gifts rather than demands. And when the moment calls for it, she can step up with decisiveness, surprising everyone with her ability to take charge. Those who have the privilege of following her lead soon realize that they're part of something special. They don't just respect her, they want to rise to her level because she inspires them to be their best selves. In a world full of self-proclaimed leaders and attention seekers, she stands out as a refreshing reminder that true leadership doesn't require a microphone. It requires authenticity, vision, and the ability to elevate those around her. It's like having a superhero in disguise, just without the cape, because let's be honest, capes are so last season. The gifts that every Sigma female possesses, though often hidden, create a remarkable tapestry of strength and insight that sets her apart. Her courage to question everything challenges the status quo, paving the way for innovation and change. The power to disappear and re-emerge stronger allows her to transform setbacks into stepping stones. As an enigma, she captivates those around her, drawing them into a complex world that invites curiosity and intrigue. Her alchemical mindset enables her to turn chaos into order, demonstrating a mastery of resilience that feels almost magical. Silent empathy allows her to connect deeply with others, while her hidden sense of humor offers a sharp relief amidst life's challenges. With an unbreakable inner code, she navigates her journey with unwavering principles, and her perception beyond the obvious ensures she sees the world in ways that elude many. As a quiet leader, she inspires and uplifts, leading others to greatness without needing the spotlight. These exceptional qualities, often overlooked or underestimated, highlight the extraordinary nature of Sigma females. Their strength, authenticity, and depth make them not just unique individuals, but powerful forces in their spheres. While they may walk a path less traveled, they do so with grace and determination, making it clear that the most profound impacts are often made without fanfare. In embracing their gifts, Sigma females teach us that true power lies in the subtleties, reminding us all to seek depth in ourselves and those around us. If you've enjoyed uncovering the remarkable gifts of Sigma females, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Join our community for more insights and empowering stories that celebrate individuality and inspire you to embrace your own unique qualities. Hit that subscribe button and stay connected to the journey of self-discovery and strength. Thanks for watching, Jules. See you in the next video. Bye for now and stay blessed.